For today's demonstration, I will be demonstrating how to set up a curriculum, with its corresponding subjects offered per period. To start the demonstration, the user must navigate to the school's SIAS learning management system. But for my demonstration, I will be using our company's demonstration website via www.icloudph.com/training/SIAS. Upon navigating at SIAS Learning Management System Login User Interface, the user must log in as an administrator. Click Administrator button, and input the user ID and user password. Then click Login button. Upon clicking Login button, the system will present the main user interface for the SIAS Learning Management System. But before I will demonstrate how to set up the curriculum, I will first demonstrate how to create a student subject. For these student subjects shall be the contents of the curriculum, that we will create and configure later. In order for a user to create a subject, the user must navigate through Files, Offerings, and Subject. Upon clicking Subject menu, the system will present the subject user interface. Now let us create a subject. Click Add button to enable the disabled fields for the subject. Then the user must now enter the subject details, starting from code up until order number. But do take note, the user must only input the subject details that are applicable to the offered subject. Which means some fields can be left blank. Here is an example of a subject that I intend to input at SIAS Learning Management System. Please observe as I create a subject. For the code and course number, we do advise that these two fields shall have the same data. But the rest can be created, or can be entered based on the school's policy. The user can also check an option at the lower part of the user interface only if applicable to the subject being entered. After the user has finished filling up the subject details, click Save button to save the record. With that, we have successfully created a subject. But with our system has already prepared and created a certain number of subjects that a school can use. So whenever an educational institution will avail the system, the user can check the list of subjects that are already at the system. But if the subject offered is not available, the user must add the subject to the system, with the process that I have shown a while ago. And before we will proceed with the setting up of the curriculum, I will first demonstrate how to view the list of subjects that are available at SIAS Learning Management System. At the subject user interface, the user must click Refresh button. Upon clicking Refresh button, the system will present the list of subjects. At the list of subject, the user can also search for a certain subject, by using the Search button. Click Search button to open the search panel, and at the text box the user can input a keyword of the subject and the system will automatically present the list of subject with the keyword inputted, via name, code, course number and others. Please observe as I search a subject at the subject user interface. Now let us proceed with the setting up of the curriculum. With the curriculum, our system has also created an initial data for curriculums. Here is the list of curriculum available. And if ever the school would want to adapt a curriculum that is already at the system, the school can do so. Now let us set up a curriculum. For my demonstration, I have prepared a summary of curriculum via Excel file that I intend to create at SIAS Learning Management System. Here is the summary of the curriculum. In order for a user set a curriculum, the user must navigate through Files, Offering, and select Curriculum. Upon selecting Curriculum menu, the system will present its user interface. Now the user must click Add button to enable the disabled fields at the user interface. Then the user must now fill up the details of the curriculum. For the code, it is based on the user's preference on how to input code, same as for the name, but the user must input the school year of the curriculum at the name. Then, next the user must assign the course that will use the curriculum. For my demonstration, I will set the course to CPJ or Computer Programming Java. And lastly, the effectivity date and expiry date, which was automatically generated a while ago, when we entered the name. But the two dates can be edited based on the school's policy or user preferences. After filling up the curriculum, click Save button to save the record. Now that we have successfully created a curriculum, let us now input the subjects offered per semester. At the lower part of the curriculum user interface, click Details button. Upon clicking Details button, the system will present its user interface. But before we start, let me first organize my screen and open my Excel file reference. Now let us proceed. At the Curriculum Details user interface, the user must first select a subject to input at the system. Click Search button, and search via code or via name. After locating the subject, select the subject and click OK button. Upon selecting the subject, the system will automatically fill the credit units of the subject. Then the user must now assign the year of the student that will enroll the subject. And also assign the period for the subject offered. Then input 1 at number text box, since this will be our first entry for the first semester, year 1. And lastly, at the lower part of the user interface, the user can specify if the subject offered is major only or optional only. And if the choices below is not applicable, the user can disregard the choices. And now the user must click Save button to save the subject. With that, we have successfully inputted a subject at a curriculum. Now for the rest of the subjects offered for the first year at first semester, same process will be used. Please observe as I enter the subjects of the curriculum. Do take notice, as I search for a subject, I only need to input a keyword, and the system will present all subject with the entered keyword. But if ever the user is familiar with the subject codes, the user can directly input the code at the subject text box. And the system will automatically extract the subject details. Let me demonstrate what I mean with the subjects for the second semester first year. Here at our Excel file, I have extracted the code per subject, that I will use to create the subjects for the second semester first year. Please observe as I enter the subjects for the second semester first year. Do take notice as I entered the code, the system automatically retrieved the subject. This process of inputting subjects at the curriculum is the fastest way. But it depends on the user which process he or she will use. With that, we have successfully created the curriculum for Year 1 students at the period first and second semester. Now for the Year 2 students, same process will be used. Please observe as I enter the subjects for Year 2, first and second semester. With that, we have also successfully created a curriculum for Year 2 students. And we also have finished creating a curriculum of the students. With that, our demonstration for today is finished. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.